What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. All about Dunwoody, Georgia. My name is Matt Weber. Show is brought to you by Dr. Bret Freedman with Village Orthodontics and Discover Dunwoody, both of which Lauren here knows. Lauren Sock has been on the podcast before, but I wanted to bring her back on because you seem like you're just kind of involved in everything these days. I had Marshall on a couple weeks ago for the Create Dunwoody, the comedy festival, and you were the one that made that happen, or at least put the pieces in place to have that happen, which is great. That seems like one of the coolest events we've had here in a while. But Lauren, you are Functionize, was it health and physical therapy? And Correct. You're involved in Active Dunwoody. And we're going in blind here today, or I'm going in blind here, which sometimes makes for a better podcast because most of the people listening are probably somewhat clueless as to what's going on. So
sure.
Just tell us everything that you're doing around the city.
Yeah. Well, Lauren Sock. I own a business called Functionize Health and Physical Therapy, which is in the Dunwoody Village. So if most people know where Moondog Growlers is, we are the building to the left of that. But
wait, before you go any further, you lost your street, didn't you?
And we did lose our street. Yeah. They blocked that off.
That's probably her business, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just makes it a little more complicated to get in and more traffic on Chambly Dunwoody. But yes, we lost.
Let's not dwell on the negatives, though.
Right.
I know you don't want to do that.
Yes, but one of the core pieces of my business is we help active people stay active. And we don't like to tell people to stop moving if they have aches and pains. We want them to be healthy and well and thrive as they age. So one of the things that came out of my business is we started a group called Active Dunwoody with my friend Matt Wagner. And we wanted to basically promote active lifestyles in the Dunwoody area. So bringing people together. And that can be anything from, we have run groups where we meet at different businesses throughout Dunwoody, and we run from there. We come back and we have drinks and food and kind of support those businesses. We do.
And I didn't realize that was so big. When I saw you guys at Velvet Taco that day, I was like, why are there like 100 people out here? That was a big group.
It can be a big group for sure.
Yeah.
But we have walking groups at Brook Run. We've done yoga sculpt classes. We have one woman who does laughter yoga. We have Qigong. Really, it's for anybody and anybody listening that has a health and wellness business that they want us to help promote, and they want to have, classes or bring people together. Like, we are all for promoting them. We have a Facebook page called Active Dunwoody as well as an Instagram, and we will promote it, put it out there, add it to our events page, and just get people moving. Like, that's really what we want. And we know that, the mayor's big push is to get people using our parks and our trails and all the things that Dunwoody has to offer. And we're just supporting that.
Absolutely. And I love that you're more about the collaboration than the competition.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, we're better together. And that's what, as a small business owner, like, I want to support other small businesses, and I want people to know about businesses that they may not have ever known were around. So, so it's been fun, to do that. But one of the other things that spawned out of this Active Dunwoody is we do a bi-yearly scavenger hunt. So it is a Dunwoody scavenger hunt, and we partner with Big Peach Running Company, their Brookhaven location. So they come with their run club, and they usually have a shoe vendor. So we have a scavenger hunt coming up on April the 3rd at, this will be at Lazy Dog near Perimeter Mall. So we try to move it around to different parts of Dunwoody so we can explore what the community has to offer. So what it'll be is it's for all ages. It's for runners. It's for walkers. But essentially, we will meet at Lazy Dog, and we release a list of clues. And so it starts at 6:30. The clues are released. You go out at 6:45, and you have 1 hour to search for these clues in Dunwoody. And it can be anything from a tombstone at a cemetery you never knew existed to finding a menu item at a restaurant. But this one in particular is an art one. So you're going to be exploring some of the hotels and the artwork inside the hotels, some hidden gems, but we will be kind of, if it's at Lazy Dog, kind of the east side of Dunwoody. We've done the north, we've done, Brook Run, we've done east and west, like all over. So we try to like get people to explore their area in different parts of Dunwoody. So, so you have to find these clues. You come back. We see if you found the clues. You get raffle tickets, and we get all sorts of really cool donations from businesses that you get entered into these raffles and can get fun prizes.
Okay. How competitive is this? Because when I saw, I mean, there was people sprinting away from the gathering.
Yeah.
So I can see your husband throwing some elbows.
Right. Everybody's like, I'm going to get there first. Yeah. I mean, it can be pretty competitive for the running people. They could get as many as 5 to 6 miles in if they really pushed it and got to some of these more hidden places. But like, you might, but if you're a walker, you can easily hit a majority of the places just by walking to them. But we have a strict cutoff. It is 1 hour. You have people sprinting back because they want to make sure that they get their clues in on time. And with, Big Peach has been such a great supporter. So they'll have some things there as well for people to, try out some shoe demos, and they usually bring some other vendors. And then we're partnering with Create Dunwoody. So it is a Create Dunwoody event too. So that's where the arts come in, because Create Dunwoody is all about supporting arts and culture in our city. So the art piece will be, finding these art installations that you don't even know exist, like in courtyards of hotels, or the Sproul Arts Center has done a great job renovating their kind of courtyard area. So it's people always do it and they're like, this is the most fun thing I've ever done in Dunwoody. And I just want to spread the word, because it's just, you can bring your kids, you can bring your dog. It's all outdoors. And then Lazy Dog will have, we'll hang out, we'll eat and drink at Lazy Dog. And, just again, bringing community together. That's truly what my love is.
Yeah. And you're helping all those businesses. And I like how it's kind of like a Discover Dunwoody tie-in too. I know you're on that board, and you're bringing the people to the hotels.
Right. Yeah. So I'm on the board of Discover Dunwoody, and, again, I love Dunwoody. Like, I've lived here for 11 years. It's truly like my heart, and the people that are here. I want them to explore and see it. And being on that board, it's like, how do we bring more people to Dunwoody? Not just tourists, but people that are in Brookhaven or Roswell or Alpharetta. How do we bring more people and offer things that are unique to our city so that they want to come back? And and that's truly, like, there's a committee that we have on Discover Dunwoody, which is more about community involvement. They did the trolley. You can hop on the trolley with Discover Dunwoody and go and see different parts of the city.
I'm actually running the tour on June 12th.
Are you? So I'm doing it on August. I'm doing it in August. Really? So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you how it goes.
Right. You're going to have to give me some pointers on that one.
Yeah. I was like, Mark, you got to give me some notes. Like, I know Dunwoody pretty well, but to be a tour guide, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Yes.
Discover Dunwoody is dedicated to enhancing the visitor experience in our city. They actively seek feedback from visitors to improve services and ensure that they have a memorable stay here. From providing comprehensive guides on local attractions to making accommodations easy to find. So if you know somebody looking to stay in Dunwoody, remind them to check out discoverdunwoody.com/whatsupdunwoody for hotel options. By booking through that link, you'll be supporting this show and helping to promote our local businesses. So, let's make sure that every visitor leaves with unforgettable memories of our beautiful city.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just been fun to get involved and really understand what's going on in the city and help to support these, organizations that are affiliated with the city to actually move forward with some of their initiatives, and for them to get feedback from people like me, who's a resident. Because a lot of times when people are on boards, they might not be residents of the city that they're in. Right. They just represent organizations, but to really be an active member of the community. And, I always give a shout out to the mayor, because she's amazing and she wants these things to happen and people to really love Dunwoody just as much as she does. So that's truly, part of my heart. And, we also, just piggybacking on being a business owner and bringing people here, there is a Dunwoody Village Business Merchants Alliance that we come together with all of the businesses to put on some of the really fun events. We did the holiday celebration back in December. We kind of worked with Rosemary and Create Dunwoody to do the comedy festival. We'll have other events happening, but it's how do we bring people that live in Dunwoody, people outside of Dunwoody, but just to explore what we have, and that's what it's all about. It's like,
absolutely. And I'm glad to see somebody's doing that, because, everybody years ago, say 5 years ago, it was all about tearing up the village and starting from scratch and this and that. And that's just not going to happen. It's owned by, a few different developers, and it's just not going to get torn down. And so what I love is that all of the businesses are kind of coming together, and it's, it's the entertainment district where you can carry an open drink around now. Sure. You can kind of go from place to place. And that comedy festival, did you go to any of the shows?
I did. Yeah. I went to the one that was at Barn. It was really awesome.
I wish I would have. It looked really, really fun. And I heard that all of them just killed it. So
yeah. It was awesome. So, it's just, how do we activate the village and bring more things there? Because, there's all these new areas popping up, Ashford Lane and High Street, and they're putting a lot of marketing dollars into that. So people are learning about it, but the village has always just kind of been its own entity. And it's like, okay, let's activate that so we have more people coming into the village.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, High Street and Ashford Lane, they are going to put a lot of money into it because it's all one business, but having the village, you has all the collaboration, and I think it's really cool. And there's a lot of good restaurants there too. I mean, I know we're not missing any restaurants in the village right now. So
they're very busy. Yeah. You go in and they're very busy. Which is great. You can't get a reservation at Novo anymore, I don't think, unless you're like weeks out. They're always packed, and you go to, over to Los Hermanos, and there's kids running around, over there. And obviously Barn has so much going on in that, their area.
It's like everybody's out of space.
It is. It's fantastic to see. So, so that's really like, what my push is to, get people to know what's in the village. And if they have, if they're doing all these active things and they have injuries, like, I'm the place to come for physical therapy. I will help you get better as fast as possible, which is
but that's not the goal. She's not trying to injure you.
No. But I'm there if anybody needs anything. So yeah.
So how do people find out more about these events, about the scavenger hunts and that kind of thing? Is it on Create Dunwoody? Is it on Active Dunwoody? Where can they find more?
Yeah, so it's kind of all over the place. So our Active Dunwoody Facebook page is where we post all of the events that we have, including the scavenger hunt. And then it'll be on the Create Dunwoody website. It'll also be under the events list for Discover Dunwoody. And then we have our Instagram page for Active Dunwoody, which has all of the events as well that people can check out. So awesome. Lots of places to find it, but we're hoping for good weather. Our last one, we had to postpone it like 3 times because it was like that hurricane season where we had that crazy weather in the fall. So we're hoping for good weather. It'll be the Thursday before spring break. So it's kind of a good kickoff before spring break goes and everybody, heads to the beach or wherever they're
get your movement in before you go on vacation.
Yes, exactly. But your kids would love it. It's just a really cool thing. So
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Well, Lauren, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate it. It's always
a pleasure to speak with you. And hit me up next time you've got something going on.
I will. All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.